You can play him anywhere, too, right? Position variability here, the ability to put the ball in play. I think he's actually one guy. He's sorry about the rule changes this year because he admitted when he saw a shift, he was like, game on. I love it. You want to play me over that way? I'll hit it that way. He's that good with the bat. So I'm not saying his offense is going to go downhill, but the Mets, this is a great deal for both sides. He's going to be, I think, 34 or 35 at the end of the contract. The Mets were able to buy up and control 3 free agent years, including one option, of Jeff McNeil. I think that's a great buy for the Mets. Security for McNeil.
I think it's a great deal for both sides, but especially for the Mets. You're getting a top 5 second baseman in the game who provides a lot of the same things that Nimmo provided, but you're getting a slightly older player for a quarter of the price, in my opinion. But McNeil, he seems like all year long he was the key to that offense. Yes, you have the big boppers in the middle, but right after Lindor and Alonso, you had McNeil that was able to stabilize that lineup and be able to come through in some big-time situations for the Mets. And if you take him out of the lineup, the depth of that offense just doesn't look the same without another big bopper. So what you're getting with McNeil is just a consistent player. Other than that 1 year he had in 2021, he's been consistent. You're talking about a guy who gets on a base at a 370 clip, extremely consistent, can play all over the place. Granted, he's going to be at second base all the time, but a valuable piece for any team. And the Mets got a really good deal on this one, in my opinion.
You know, when he had that one down year, Chris, it was his one down year as a professional. He did nothing but succeed all through the minors. For some reason, as he came up, he was just viewed as, I don't know, kind of a multi-position player. And, Tom, I thought for some of those years, he was their best player. And now it's kind of, I think we're valuing him properly now. And I'm with Chris, like, this is an excellent deal for the Mets.
I agree. I think there was a period there where he chased power a little bit, and I think he got in trouble, got out of his game a little bit. And I think he made a conscious effort, and he'll tell you this, starting in spring training last year, to be the kind of hitter he truly is, and that is to spray the ball around. You know, in situations, you know, you got to count in his favor. You might see him go for power, but otherwise, the bat-to-ball skills is this guy's stock and trade, and they're as good as anybody's in the game.
And some guys you have power, who have to go out there and hit 15, 20 home runs. McNeil doesn't have to be that for the Mets. He can go out and have 35 to 40 doubles every season here on out, continue to get better, putting the barrel on the ball, and still be just as valuable as a guy who goes out there and hits 25 home runs.
He had 39 doubles this year. Again, that translates to pretty good power. That's a career high. Meantime, take a look at what he did against the shift. Tom, you're right. He even spoke to us about this. You see what he did against the infield shift. He made it a part of his game that was that when he saw the shift, he was going to beat the shift. And teams continued to shift against him, hit 364 against the shift. Of course, those rules are changing, but here's just an example of how this player can adapt.
I think last year, I was just, trying to hit the ball hard, and then this year, I really don't care how hard I hit it, as long as it goes through that, giant hole on the left side that they're giving me. So, I've been trying to, beat the shift a lot more, just trying to, kind of slap the ball the other way if that's what they're giving me and, get on base.
The overall philosophy here in the Steve Cohen era. Again, there's more to it here. Billy Epler, Buck Showalter, but with ownership, you can see it's pushing all in. Like, no, we're not going to let anybody get away here.
Yeah, and listen, the tax thresholds don't bother the New York Mets at all. They had this guy under arbitration for these next 2 years. With this now AAV associated with this extension, they're going to pay another $4.5 million in taxes just on the McNeil contract at the 90% tax rate. So what? You got this player locked up under a really, really good contract. And, I think it's going to be tough to get someone like Pete Alonso. He's probably next in line about an extension, but I'm sure they'll talk to him about that as well.